You know, the idea of the commons goes way back in history, you know, the idea that you have a group of people living in an area and there's a commons area where they all graze their sheep or whatnot. So this is part of the protection of the commons, what we have in common as a community. And I think there are two things that are essential for us to live together as a people. We need individual liberty, and that's the thing that drives people on the right. And they're right. We do need individual liberty, but we also need community. Because without community, individual rights mean nothing. Now, therefore, we need a conversation on these issues that goes past anything that the current political parties are giving us. And we have to define what the limits of those commons are and what the limits of individual breachment of those commons are not to be tolerated.
The frustrating thing for me is every time any of us try to go to the council meeting and help them with what we've been trying to learn and collect as far as information, it's so discouraging. It's got me ready to move.
I became involved with the anti-fracking movement when I found out about a radioactive waste site that was going to be built a mile from our village. And spent 6 months, and with lots of great help from community members, we actually were able to stop that from happening. But that whole circumstance made me start investigating the hazards involved with the industry, and until it came into my backyard, you know, I knew innately it was bad. You know, anything that's destroying Mother Earth, you know, shooting chemicals down into the earth, I knew it couldn't be good. But now I have the facts of why. It's going to be built up, you know, high above the reservoir. The likelihood for spills to happen are really great. And because of where it's situated, and there is some farming, but it's not on a large scale. I mean, it's really a pristine reservoir at this point in time.
My husband and I became involved with CBAR because we found out from an industry representative the day we moved into our log home that they wanted to put a well within 300 feet of my front door and handed me a map showing where it would be and could we please sell a half an acre to them.
One of the things that our group has done, the Bill of Rights Committee has done, it put on a symposium not only about water protection and therefore against fracking really, it also put on a symposium about renewable energy. At the same time, we're cutting back on fossil fuels. We need to be building up our capacities in renewable energies. Some would argue that we might want to cut back a little bit on our consumption as well as a way to address this problem.
I know that the photovoltaics are really producing a lot of power year-round. I'm surprised at how much they produce. The wind system, when the wind's blowing, can outproduce this hands down. This is a large panel. It's 20-some feet one direction, and I forget how far the other direction. So it's a big panel.